Selamat pagi Bapak dan Ibu, terutama untuk Bapak Jones Oregon. Selamat pagi, selamat datang. Karena ini adalah English Indonesian, berarti Bapak juga harus bisa berbahasa Indonesia. Ya, gantian, jadi harus bisa juga berbahasa Indonesia. Bukan demikian pula, pagi ini sangat membahagiakan, walaupun di luar mendung, ternyata di dalam sini adalah menghangatkan. Ternyata luar biasa, yang hadir banyak sekali. Saya menyampaikan permohonan maaf Bu Direktur dan Pak Asdirtan Bu Hadir, karena kebetulan hari ini adalah sedang ada raker di Sentul, sehingga tidak bisa ditinggalkan. Akhirnya prodi S3 yang menjadi kakak untuk membuka. Ya, kalau S2 adalah adik, ini adalah kakaknya yang membuka. Jadi adik kakak harus selalu kompak. Terima kasih atas kehadiran Bapak dan Ibu semuanya, terutama kepada Bapak Jones. Ini adalah kesempatan yang sangat berharga. Mohon Bapak dan Ibu, saya mungkin menyebutkannya bukan Bapak dan Ibu, adik-adik sekalian, biar saya terlihat lebih muda, ya. Jadi semua adik-adik sekalian bisa menggali lebih dalam pengalaman yang disampaikan oleh Dr. Jones, ya. Untuk berdiskusi, bukan hanya mendengar, tapi justru kita yang harus menggali. Ya. Ini kesempatan yang berharga yang tidak bisa kita peroleh setiap saat dan tidak bisa kita peroleh dengan khusus mendatangkan, tapi ini kebetulan sekali adalah ada satu survei yang datang untuk Pasca Universitas Negeri Jakarta. Untuk itu saya sampaikan selamat untuk berdiskusi, semoga berhasil dengan baik dan lancar. Amin. Demikian, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Dr. John Oregon is reader in Applied Linguistics in the Center for Applied Linguistics at UCL Institute of Education and IOE Vice Dean International. John specializes in English as a global language, intercultural communication, and critical discourse analysis. He is also the author of articles on a wide range of topics in cultural studies and applied linguistics. He has published in several journals, including the Journal of Applied Linguistics, Language and Intercultural Communication, Critical Discourse Studies, and the Journal of the Royal Asiatic Society Hong Kong. John was also a co-editor of the books Intercultural Dialogue, Questions of Research, Theory and Practice, published by Routledge in 2016, and of Traveling Languages, Culture, Communication, and Translation in a Mobile World, published by Routledge also in 2014. He is currently researching another book on global English and political economy, also for Routledge, for coming this year, 2019. So without further ado, please welcome Dr. John Oregon.
Terima kasih to all the people who've helped me to be here today, particularly Dr. Ava here, who has been speaking to me through email to arrange today's event. I'd also like to thank Dr. Irmana for his help today, and I would like to thank Professor Dr. Andy for her kind introduction. Terima kasih. And I would also like to thank Dr. Ati for being such a brilliant MC. Where are you? She's somewhere else. Okay, that's fine. So before I start, may I also say Salam alaikum. And also Selamat datang to my talk. Bagaimana kabarmu semua? Okay, good. Okay, good. I'm very happy about that. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this subject up here. If you don't mind, I'm going to stand up. Okay, so I wanted to follow up on what I talked about last year, which was English as a global language. And while I was here last year, I also I also spoke a little bit about the mixing of English and Indonesian. And it's sometimes called Englonesian, but there is another term for it, which is perhaps more academic, which is also known as Indonglish. Indonglish. So I could have chosen Indonglish, but this actually came from a website, and that was the phrase that was used. So I just repeated it there. So that explains why I used that particular phrase. And I wanted to do something that was relevant to you, and I just wanted to think about English in the world today, and it is a very powerful language for historical reasons, and I spoke about that last year, and I wanted to revisit that, and I also wanted to perhaps explore a bit more the status of English in the world, and think about why are we learning English, and if we're learning English, what kind of English do we want to learn, or why do we need to learn it, if at all? What is the status of different kinds of Englishes? There are many Englishes, and I want to emphasize that there are many Englishes, of which Indonglish is one of those Englishes. These are from Twitter. Never in my dream did I think that this would happen to me. Goodbye. I'm not sure about goodbye, but goodbye, what does that mean? Goodbye, it doesn't mean goodbye. Goodbye, okay. Yeah, goodbye. Quoted by, okay. So quoted by at Nia, good Nia. Alright, so if we translate it into standard English, it would be, never in my dream did I think that this would happen to me. Alright? Never in my dream, or never in my dreams, did I think this would happen to me. Okay, here's another one. Doing mistakes are normal, but doing mistakes repeatedly are savage. Quote by Salsabila. So, making mistakes are normal. But doing or making mistakes repeatedly are not good or very bad. The result in terms of production is generally always for some time non-standard. Now, depending on which particular field you are in, if you are in, for example, second language acquisition, in that field, the kind of English that people use who have been taught standard English, but when they produce, they do not speak standard English, is called interlanguage. And so English and capital have been very closely connected to one another for, well, at least 250 years, but I think it's longer. We can go back to the 1600s with the rise of the English East India Company to connect capital and English. So my answer to your question is, yes, there are expatriates here, but why are they here? They're here because this is where the money is. This is where the money is, this is where the expatriates are, and this is where the capital is. And the capital is English.